Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 21 of my FIFA 15 FC Barcelona career mode series. For this episode, instead of playing out 3 matches to make up an episode, I figure if we look at it, take a look at the calendar, that there are 5 matches remaining. So what I am gonna do is simulate those matches. In the past, for me, in putting out past career modes, which I've now made private through YouTube, I made an attempt to play every single match, but at this current moment in time, I'm a bit tired. And with that being said, we have fortunate enough won La Liga after weeks and weeks and weeks of effort. So I figure, out of congratulations, why not sim all the way to the final? And then the next episode, which will be the final episode of this first season of this career mode series, will have the Champions Cup final. I figure that's the way we'll go. And so with that being said, let's start and get on that. Before anything, my plan is to essentially call back a few players from loan so that they'll get in on the action. So it would be, if I look at the status here, Alex Song, we're going to recall him back. Martin Montoya, not Masip, he can stay. Chris Santello, Gerard Delufeu. And the reason why, to be honest, is so that they could feature in these last games, and it also would mean that we can rest players such as Neymar, Messi and Suarez in anticipation of what is set to be a very difficult match against Bayern in the Champions Cup final. Moving on, here we have a message from the senior physiotherapist, and it's to notify us that Sergio Busquets has returned from injury, as I won't put him in just yet. If anything, I'll just save him for the final. And with that, we get into the first match, or the first simulated match of the episode. Alright, so here we are with the first match against Sociedad that I will sim as we advance. Instead of full out simming, I'll let it run and then commentate in regards to some of the action or something like that. Hopefully not too many players get injured, as that always sucks. Castro picks up a yellow as Canales scores for Sociedad. Gonzalez picks up a yellow as we're down by 1. The first half concluded there as 45 minutes have run. Xavi in for Rakitic, Mathieu in for Bartra. A few changes are being made as Castro picks up a red. Fin Bogasan for Sociedad scores, and with that we lose to Sociedad. Moving on. Here we have an international management offer from the Ireland Football Association that will be rejected. And I'm still stalling the Belgium offer. On to the second simulated match as this season's play against Celta Vigo, as it's Nolito who scores early on for Celta, and then Alba levels the score as it's now 1-1, both sides with a goal. That concludes the first 45 minutes as the first change is made. Malo picks up a red card for Celta as Teo scored. Nolito levels it up at 2 goals apiece as he's on a brace, and that concludes this match here as it finished 2-2 as a draw. Alright, moving on to the next match, this one against Atletico de Madrid. Let's see how we fare, as it looks to be a tough game here, with Atletico scoring early on in the 8th minute of play. They go ahead by a goal, as yellow cards are awarded to some Atletico de Madrid players. It's Atletico who now are up by a couple goals thanks to Gavi, and it's 3-0 thanks to the Mexican Jimenez, as Rafinha now makes it 3-1 after having scored at the very last. And so with that, we move on. Alright, on to the next simulated match, this one against Getafe, as we've had okay results of late. We've lost, we've drawn, so let's see how we fare here against Getafe. as there's not much action there. A couple yellow cards to make mention of, as that's the end of the first half. 0-0 still the score against Getafe. As we're moving on, not too much action in this one, as I'm glad that it's over. And that's 0-0, a draw between both sides. Now on to the final match of the episode. This is the final match of the La Liga season. It's been crazy up to this point. Fortunate enough, we won league early, which has allowed for us to simulate these games. But before I go ahead and simulate, a big ups to all the players in the squad, as they did not disappoint. And so with that being said, we're moving on as we simulate this one against Deportivo. So here we are, 0-0 the score. Montoya early on picking up a red card as Barcelona down to 10 men. The last match was a snooze fest. It was a 0-0 draw against Getafe. So let's see how this one fares, as that's the end of the first half. It's Xavi who comes in for Munir, as a few changes are made. Theo scoring a goal to put us up in front. Xavi missing a penalty, and that concludes the action for this game and for this episode. The next episode will feature the last game of the series for now, as it's the first season, and it will be against FC Bayern Munich in the Champions Cup final. And so with that being said, if you liked the video, you can click the like button. If you like it, definitely subscribe to my channel. See you guys in the next episode. Peace.